Hello, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to this price action part 3 video, folks. We're going to go with, the title of this video is Patterns and Consolidations, Consolidation Breakouts, or breakouts. When we talk about breakouts, we're going to cover triangles, such things. So we're going to go over patterns, any patterns we recognize, anything that is, remember this. Trading and price action, there's a lot of patterns involved, so it's as much about patterns and consolidation, breakouts, such things as anything. So it's a part of price action. So that, either you can have candle patterns, you can have chart patterns, you can have time patterns, you can have all sorts. So I'm just going to have, how do I insert text, there we go. So, in fact, we can just go forward. So, as I'm going through, I'm going to look for any patterns that I recognize, right? There can be candlestick patterns, it can be anything, and I'm going to be trading them. So, I'm going to do, Prince, you're on the call as well. Prince is on the call with me. He's a very good companion to have on the call. So we're going to either do 3 to 5 trades. It depends. I mean, this is a 5-minute chart. We're going to do 3 to 5 trades for myself and 3 to 5 for Prince, depending on how long it takes us to find the trades. Now, I'm not going to be I'm not going to be waiting for the absolute best setups. It's about learning the fact that these setups exist. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to show how I manage the trade and talk through how how a trader can use and start to learn patterns, okay, and how one can start to recognize it while they're trading. So we go. Okay, straight off, it's a later entry, but I'm just going to go for the double bottom entry right here. So we're long on this second blue candle, one candle late, but we'll go along, stop below the low. Okay. Doesn't look great, does it? At this point, I recognize consolidation, and I want to get out of the trade. So in this case, I'm going to be more, since I'm taking trades that, the less that about, let's say we're going to go for a probability of 6 out of 10, 60% probability. We don't know the probabilities, but we're not going to be as accurate as we as previously. So that's 12 pips loss on that one. See a consolidation there, right there, possibly a little triangle. So what I'll do is if we get a retest of this little consolidation pattern, and the price that I'm looking to be retested, it's just somewhere in there, not going to be 51.50. Now that's another thing about price action, is big round numbers, right? Okay, so people like the round numbers, the 50, the 51, the for FX it's like the zeros. So let's say for FX it'd be euro would be 1.1000, etc. every 100 pips or so. So let's see if we could get a test. I don't think we will. We've missed the breakout, but if we do get a little test here, we might go for that. Okay. No, I'd love a bit more of a. I'd love to go for that entry, but not quite. Okay, this is where we've got a blast through that level. So this is where we consider the turnaround. Oh man, I went too fast there, but that's a flag pattern right here. Little flag pattern on that momentum. I really missed trading that one. Okay, we get a test of the flag pattern. Okay, we're long on this candle, so as clear as possible. We thought we missed the candle. Long of the bull candle, big wick. We come above this level. on this trend on the day, if you look at this day, we've trended down. Now we've gone up, flag, bull. We're going with the bulls. All I'm going for. So I'm going to keep trades simple. I'm going to have a simple 50 pip target. We've gone up 40 pips. At this point, when I'm trading with this one, I'm going for a break-even stop. So I will stop. This is just the way I would trade it. With the momentum, I don't want a test back. We've cleared this high, and I'm going to include every single part that we've covered. Cleared this high. We've made a higher high, so the trend is nicely up, high, low, etc. And we've cleared this support level right here if we use this level. So I'm going to include everything we've learned so far. This might be a longer video, but look at that level that we've cleared. So we might test that area again, but I won't allow for that test. So we're out break even. So that's a break even trade. Okay, we'll move on. Bounce again at the level. That's not a pattern, that's just a candlestick turn, so I'm not going to trade that. So patterns consolidation, this video titled. Okay, we've got another interesting candle here. Look at this. This is a flag. A little bit of a consolidation pattern right here. The reason I like it as well is the fact that we've come off strong momentum and then we've gone sideways. So I'm long on this candle, long on that candle, and we're playing that forward. Tell you what though, due to this consolidation, look at the consolidation, the way that market is moving really slow. I'm conscientious about any sort of pullback to take us out. So I've gone defense already on that entry. So I'm going to let that test occur, but then I'm going to now on break even. So if the price comes back here, we're out break even. Now I'm going to let this run for 50 pips. So let's just check their entry. I believe we've hit our 50 pip target. So that was our entry. Yep, 50 pips. Notice so one thing what I said with this entry is that we would go break even, but we allowed one test. Look at that test came with a wick. The buyers came in on that level. Consolidation gave me a bit of concern. So whenever you see consolidation like that, expect the market to pull back. Now with these things, you've got to test them yourself, right? You've got to know sometimes the market it's got to pull back. If it's consolidating upwards, it's got to maybe sometimes pull back to generate that energy. Now, I'm going to go through anything that I might have missed or not mentioned. Got this consolidation right here. So as you can see, as the market's moving, it generates little consolidations. This one, the market was more settled. It was downward and higher lows, but tight, and broke, tested, and moved. So that could be a trade in itself for a scalper or an intraday trader. Okay, so far we've lost 12 pips. We've got break even on one, and we've made 50 on another. I'm going to maybe do 2 more trades. We'll be fairly quick here. So somebody might say, well, why do you say this is a flag right here? It might have been up here, but it broke down and the way. So if I just draw it out quickly, that part there might be a flag just there. In fact, there is a little bit of a consolidation flag, but it broke down and then broke up. So there's no consistency with it. It's just price pull back and move. So not a pattern that I'm not considering here. Double top here, right? It's a pattern, but I'm not going for that pattern this session. We might discuss that another time. I'm looking for consolidation patterns. Okay, now immediately I spot something else. We take, whoops, let's go back. Right, we take that, oh boy. We take that line there, we go across, and we take that line and go across. That's what we're noticing, that bit of consolidation. Market testing below the consolidation. High. Now I'm not going to enter again. Going to look for something a bit. This looks like overnight consolidation. So we're going to see how we can draw support and resistance level with this consolidation and trade around it, and how we use it to guide us for the next day. So we'll do it like so. And we'll do this one like so. That's a nice bull candle. Another nice bull candle. Another nice bull candle. We've missed the move. That's okay. That was the first momentum big candle. Possibly, if you look at this, if you look really carefully at price action here, if we're really careful, and this video is for beginners and intermediates, but look at this consolidation right here. We consolidate it really carefully, and then once the market broke right there, that was a breakout of these candles. So that's probably a missed trade. That was a nice big bull candle, but and again, so that's just to notice that fact. Now we're in another consolidation pattern. The trick is when to enter on the consolidation. Now on this consolidation, I'm gonna go for this for the trade of the trend with the trend. This consolidation low is supporting. I'm long on those levels, right? And stop below this low right here. It's a low risk trade. So far we're still in. Just. I believe we're out. So that was probably a bad trade right there. That's not a great trade. So the entry, what was the entry? The entry was here. Stopped out 12. So that's another stop out. We're going to look for a little better patterns at this point. This is an overnight session before the London, so we're going to look for a bit better patterns here. Let's look. Look at those wicks and consolidating with those wicks. Now we get the buyers coming in. So now this is using. We're using. Look at that. There's a wicks consolidation. Now we have this momentum candle. Bull closes bull with a wick built on the low. So I'm long on this candle, and we'll see if we can get 100 pips on this trade. Actually, what we're looking for. I'm long on this candle, and I mentioned a few other things now. We've moved strongly in Asia, so that must be something pushing buyers to buy this. And on this pullbacks, we're having little bid buys, but we were perhaps a little early on this buy. So seeing this consolidation, it's now the London time. Now it's time to go long. We want a nice, hopefully a good breakout. And like I said, I'm going for 100 pips. Now we'll break even. So on this entry, we'll break even. If it comes back down, we don't get 100 pips, we're out. So we're getting another sort of flag pullback, consolidation on the pullback. Again, the market could go lower, take some liquidity, find some limits, and then go higher, as you see here. So let's just check our entry and see. I don't think we've got 100 yet, but we can use higher, low, higher, high concepts. We're just 40, So we're seeing if the trend continues for this day. So the trend is still supported. What? We're holding this higher low right here. We're holding this higher low. Prince, any comments of thus far? Don't have any comments, it's just fine. But we're holding this higher low, right? Okay. And what you could say actually is this like a W pattern right here. So if I change this to a line chart, look at that W. Right, that W right there. It's beautiful W right there. Prince, any comments so far?
You can go ahead with your trade. I'm watching.
Okay, thank you. Okay, that is concerning price action. It's very concerning price action. We've got strong. Now I'll tell you why it's concerning price action. Apart from the fact that it's a big bar here, got these wicks, and looks like breakdown broken below these lows. So we close this trade at whatever we've got, which is 15 pips. Could still go up, but then again, I'm not wanting to risk that. And we move. And the market does eventually end up going up for the day. What from here? But look at that! Look how it tested this entry right here.
From where you drew it, from where you drew that sort of trend line,
yeah,
it looks like a double bottom or something.
Yeah, it came tested this area right here. So that's another thing. The market will come test consolidation areas and then move. And if you look, that's about 90 so far. It probably will move that 100. So now what I'm going to go into is trading the pullback or the retrace of this move. Right. So we're seeing. Look at this really carefully. I'm going to trade this pullback back here. So trading just for the sake of price action. We had a 100 pip move, right? Yeah, 100 pip move, and got wick at the top, bearish candle, and now we're getting some time for profit taking. So we're going short on this candle right here, and again the stop loss is above the high. But guess what, Prince? Do you think this is a good short? Or do you think I should wait a little higher?
I think it's a good shot. When market moves 100 pip, it's most times it decides to reverse a little before it continues.
Okay, you know what? But yeah, I'm talking myself into this trade. But I'll tell you what. For the sake of this example, I'm not going to go short in there. I'm going to wait for the market to go a little higher. Right, and I want a little bit more information. So now I've got a little bit more information. I waited 2 5-minute candles, and now we've got another wick at this high. So now I'm short on this candle. See why? Because I've given the momentum. The momentum buyers could have taken it higher. They didn't take it higher. So I'm going to go short on this one, and I'm short. So pullback buyers are holding this area. So we want to break the back, so to speak. We want to go under that for a successful trade. Again, the high is the stop loss, or just above the highs, so to speak. And this is what I call a failed counter trend trade. So this is really careful. When you go in for a counter trend, you want the move to happen within an hour and a half too. If the move hasn't happened and we get near to the end of the day, as we get in here, we close this break even. Small loss with spread. We just close this trade because we don't want to hold a counter trend trade overnight. It proceeds to bloody drop, but there'll be times where it just goes higher. So, like so, Now with this momentum, I'm going to look for consolidations. Get a consolidation. We're going to go. What we're going to do with this one? I'll tell you what we're going to do with this one. We've seen those two candles. We're going to go put a high in there. And if we break that high, we're in with the buy stop. And we're in. See how we caught that? Now let's see if we can catch 50 pips with this move. This bloody oil loves coming back though. Don't know why. It's just, and it comes back, takes us out. Maybe the 50 pip target is not the one we're looking for. Maybe a 20 pip target. I don't know. When you're trading your real pair, when you're trading and you really have a feel of the pair, you can decide on targets. That's another thing. Your trade targets has got to be relevant. Okay, now I'm going to do something else. I mean, maybe it did hit 50 pips, maybe. I don't know. It went 30 pips. So when you're trading intraday and you're trading intraday patterns, try and figure out what fits the average move. Okay, so anyway, like I said, I'm trading aggressively in this video. I'm trading as aggressive as possible. All the patterns that I can see, I'm trading them aggressively. We're short on this breakout. You can see this candle on this bearish candle on this flag. We're short on this candle breakout. Okay. Is that what you want to see after a breakout, Prince?
I didn't get you.
Is that what you want to see after a breakout or a flag consolidation breakout?
Yeah, sure.
No,
it's either it breaks out, up or down. So this way it breaks out down, and I expect it to move faster anyway, but it's consolidating a little.
So when it's consolidating, we get out of the trade.
Yeah, sure.
Because it's not broken out. So we'll break even on this one. We're going to look for a more confirming pattern. See, okay, so we've got another consolidation here, a couple of dojis, a couple of wicks. Right
and
here.
That big bull candle.
And the big bull candle to break it. So we're long. We've got long on this candle. And do you know what? You know what? We have more consolidation. But we're still in this trade.
And we're out.
And we're out. So the entry was there. The stop was 15 again. So 15 loss here. Look at this pullback. Look at this pullback and the way it's kind of a tight pullback and it's pulling back. It's looking for liquidity.
Maybe you draw kind of a trend line on top of the consolidation up there.
I can do that. We can go there. We can go there. And we can draw one at the bottom. Like so. So we're consolidating but diagonally. So now we go short. So now we'll consider this market. If we go use support and resistance again, or like minus support, we've used this, gone to test this level. Come down, we've gone to test this level. We've got the liquidity. We've got this wick. So a bull candle, here's an important note. A bull candle can have a wick on it, right? A bull candle can have a wick on it, but still give you a seller's message, can show you sellers. So we have this seller's kind of understanding from it. We have the opposite understanding. Rather than a bull, it's actually a sell because it's got a wick on it. But you can't just consider every candle like that to be that. You have to use context. You know, what level we're at. So we're short on this level. The basic pattern is we're breaking this consolidation, but we've tested this level. We've in fact probably taken some stop losses up, and we're now short on this trade. Okay, we're stopped out on that one. It went our way for a little bit, but then it stopped us out. I'm going to stop there with my trades. I'm going to give Prince a turn. 17 stop on that. I'm going to give Prince a turn on consolidation and patterns, etc. Ready, Prince?
Yeah, ready.
Okay, let's go.
I want to stop here a little. Okay, because of the resistance stone support.
Yeah.
And the test of that resistance.
You want to go long? You want to go long with that one?
I'll go long there. Yes.
Okay, so Prince wants to go long on this doji wick, and the buyer's coming in on that level. Still in. Great entry so far. We're just going to go for 50 pips, right?
Yeah, 50 pips.
50 points in case of one, the sake of one, but yeah. So long on this candle right here. Yeah, drawdown with 8 ticks. 50 pip target 8. Well played. Nice trade. We go on. We move to the next.
So we'll move to the next trade.
Yeah, let's go.
I see that doji move a little. Okay, I'll go short here. I'll go short for 30 pips there.
But the thing is, I mean, this video is more about consolidation and patterns. Is this a pattern really? It's not a pattern. It's a candlestick pattern. But so I'm not going to consider it as a trade. But we can see what happens. Okay, it consolidates. Your shot was a good shot. Shot was good. Was a decent shot. But it's not part of the patterns, so to speak.
All right, move.
Okay, we've got another.
There's a bit of consolidation here.
Yeah, a bit of consolidation, like almost like a triangle. What do you want to do with this one?
I'll go long.
You want to go long?
Yes.
Or do you want to wait for the breakout?
I'll go long. I'll go long on that bull candle.
Okay, fair enough. I think it's not the great. I don't think it's a great candle to go on because of the consolidation here. What I'd be looking for is the break and then test back of this zone. But since you wanna go long, fair enough. So far so good. Now will be a better long, but you're still long on that bull candle. I can mark it if you want. What's our target for your trade?
40 pips.
40 pips. Okay, fair enough. So you're considering the fact the day has already moved a fair bit. Another wick test. See, the market doesn't always go when you want to go. Another test. What do you want to do at this point, Prince? Do you might think
it's consolidating a lot. So I think if I'm still in profit, I'll move to break even stop.
Break even stop. Okay. Yeah, we consider that a break even. Okay. Notice something very, very carefully now. I'm going to go and draw this right here. Look at that. Lower highs and then this tightness in price. So, do you want to go along here?
Yeah, because of the breaking trend line, breaking the consolidation. Yes, I'll go long.
The only thing I would say on this trade is look at the time. It's like night time. So what we're going to do is going to watch this. We're going to say no trade, but we're going to watch this as an overnight. So we're going to see if we get some overnight or, like the next day Asia type trade. So we're going to let this consolidate because it's going to consolidate. So that's another factor. We're going to let it consolidate, do its thing. And it tests. Okay, now we go short as an Asia trade. With the stop above that doji candle. Great shot so far. Now on this entry, so the stop is a break-even stop. Sometimes you want to let the test happen for a breakout. Sometimes the breakout is just a quick move. You grab your profit. So you guys, the people that are watching this video, they have to learn for themselves of what they need to take from the market. Is it 30? Is it 50? Test the setups. What works for them? Intraday move, etc., etc. For oil, 50 points can be good. For euro dollar, it might be 20 pips you want to do on these pounds. We have another consolidation, so I'm remaining in this trade, but like I said, we've got a break even, so we want to see the breakout. So there's a breakout, there's a breakdown, and now we're getting
consolidating a bit,
consolidating, and then it trends down, comes back like so, and then trends down again. See that? So let's just see what our entry has done for us at this point. It's almost 40 pips. I'm going to let it run for another 10 pips and lock in 10. So if it comes back, okay, we've hit our target 50 pips there on this trade. This was my trade, I'm afraid, but this was a 50 pipper. So there you go. So the reason for this trade, I mean, this one might have had a bullish bias, but note how we got the break. But I was like, no. Let's wait till Asia, see what happens. We've got break and then the retest and then the trade. So you got to watch. You can't be just one bias. You can't be one-sided. Now we'll follow on to your trades. This is the start of London. You can do another 2 trades and we can end this video, and we can summarize hopefully and add some final points. I want to mention another thing here, even if you don't pick up on this. But look at this area of consolidation right here. This has got a slight trend to it. and we've broken it. We've tested it. Now, there's a thing about traps in the market, but there, well, market goes up. Okay, now look at that. Now this is another. I'm gonna if Prince doesn't trade this, I'm gonna be trading this. Look at the market how it wicks back. Probably takes some pulls back to get some liquidity to go down. And preferably I'd be short on this candle, so a bearish after the doji candle, but I'm going to be short on this one since I missed and I went too fast there. So in trading you do get misses, so we'll enter short on this candle, and we're going for, in the case that the day has moved already, we've moved fairly down, we're going to go for 30 points on this one. Just to that low is my break-even kind of target, and then 30 ticks. So 30 ticks and I'm out on this one. So 30 points since I got a bit of a late entry. So that's 30. That's in the bucket, in the bucket, so to speak, pip bucket. Now we're watching a pullback, and we've got a bit of, look at this consolidation right here. Look at this little bit of a consolidation. So we've got this doji candle, got this doji high, doji low, two inside bars, right? So introducing inside bars. We've got sell.
I'm looking at something. Maybe you could give us a double bottom or something for us to go up.
Yes. Do you want to trade down to the floor? You can trade down to the floor as a target.
That would be a 15 or 20 pip trade.
Yeah. So we can do that together, and then we can trade the double. There we go, to the floor. Now we can look. This was Prince and Ahmed's trade, so me and you trade this together. It's a good trade. So that's like a 10, 15 pip. Now we can look for a double bottom. If it occurs, if it doesn't occur, we just move on. We look for a new area. There's a bit of a W here, so buyers are coming in. So I'm looking to trade a retrace on this one. Don't you agree? So there's a bull candle. We're both looking to trade a retrace, a bull candle there.
Yeah, the week on the bearish candle.
Yeah, the buyers are coming in and starting to win in again. So we're long on this candle with the stop below the low. So we've got a bit of consolidation, and usually that shouldn't frighten us on the lows. Consolidation might be the building of buyers, etc., etc. And we're still held.
So you move the trade to break-even stop?
No, not yet. No. Now break even. See, I went break even when we moved higher above this high, so that if the trend sellers came in again, as they did, they'll take us out. But with this one, we went long on this candle. We should really be going for 27 pips now. In the future moving averages, we can discuss, moving averages with price action, etc. Now this is kind of a volatile market. It's up and down. See, okay, you know what? I'm gonna, just because of the fact that I'm liking this market so far, double top, upward consolidation, volatility increase, the double top, and now we're going from the consolidation, now the dynamic moving market. So we're gonna go short on that. I'm going to say, so we took, well, how many trades we've taken on this chart? We've taken about 30, 15 plus 50 since the start of the day. So what you would do with this one is, let's say you're taking a 20 pip risk, you'd risk half your trade. So introducing good risk management. I'm going to introduce, even though this is about price action, I'm going to risk 20 pips, but this 20 pips is going to be half your normal risk for the day, right? And you're going for that low. So we're short on that kind of, like I'm saying. And we're still in that trade, no break even. Now break even. As we break that low, we don't want the market to come back. And it has come back and it's taken us out break even. Okay. So I want to go long.
A little flag pattern there.
Yeah, a little flag pattern is consolidation. Pull back to get that buying liquidity. Notice how the market comes back to get that buying into it. So notice that pullback, and we're going to go long on this level. Long, let the market test our entry. Another consolidation, and now break even. So if the market comes back, we're going for 20 on this one, being at 20, and we'll get another break even. Although let's see if it did hit 20. Not going to count it, but if we did hit 20, we did hit 20, in fact. So we could count that as 20. You guys can say that's a break even. You didn't say, whatever. And I think that about wraps us up the video. I hope this has been kind of useful. We've gone through patterns. There's so many patterns out there. And traders, you have to recognize and study patterns. There can be all sorts of, I mean, you could say there's a head and shoulders. There's head and shoulders pattern. Look at this head and shoulders pattern. I'm gonna get you in there, Prince. 1 second, and traders can study the market and see what pattern fits them. There's V shapes. There's all sorts of patterns. There's also consolidations and flags and triangles, and so traders can study, because why we're studying consolidation and trend markets is the market consolidates and then moves, consolidates and moves, and sometimes pulls back to generate liquidity. That's one thing I mentioned in this video, is about the market coming back sometimes to buy it lower and then move higher, or sell higher and then move lower. We've had a couple of fails on this trade, on this trading session. Some trades that we've lost weren't quite right, and some trades that have been quite decent and hopefully shared something across pretty decently. I'm going to hand it over to Prince now. Say some last things you might share. You want to share something useful to the folks that might watch this video.
Okay. Patterns are good in trades, but it's fair enough to use it alongside other price action rules, like support and resistance, and higher highs and higher lows. If you combine it, it's going to be a better trade for you. But looking at what we did today, we're just trying to show you that it works. Trying to read it alone, but it's very difficult reading it alone. If you can be able to combine it with previous videos on higher highs and higher lows and support and resistance, it will be a lot better read for you, and pays better.
That's a fantastic point to end on, guys. Is the fact that all the videos that in this series so far are one part of price action. So we want traders to combine all these knowledge together, and you can use all of it as a circle and complete your understanding and method as one whole understanding of price, and make it your own interpretation. Think of it as your own study of it. So you will come under your own understanding of price action. There's people that will tell you different ways of that they understand the market, different ways that they see the market, but you come across your own understanding, and hopefully this gives you a different angle. So if our angle is the way that helps you read price action, that improves it, then that can be good. And Prince has made one final good point there, is to use it with a combination of different things. So understanding price as in a whole, you're not looking at price action in one singular fashion. You're looking at it in different facets and different factors. So thanks very much for Prince for being on the call, and hopefully this will help you out. Cheers.